you almost feel like most of the rotations are going to come up this direction. From in behind Ice, Ice, Ice. Ice, 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 you know it. Like, it's almost as... it's just so obvious that he's going to push aggressively with his Centaur. He's died multiple times doing it, but he always loves it when he attracts the attention. So, it's for the cause. He'll be willing to die. There's that charge going bottom lane. DJ, oh, he already used the crush. There's no sprint, so Nuts holds him in with a frostbite. DJ, charge forward. Wraith King still has that Wraith Fire Blast of Remember, that's got a little bit of magical tick as well. DJ, body blocked up. You'll get the crush. DJ, one more hit will do it. And Black will inflict it.
And he burns the salve to try and get himself that extra bit of HP regen. DJ. Up against this defensive sort of 2.5 lane with the, jabs under tower actually.
There is a charge coming in though. Gabby leaps up and now he's gonna die. The rocket will connect. Jabs, take the creep wave, aggro. He'll salve up quickly. The Fairy Fire only just allowed him to survive through the tower attack.
Real tight windows of play there by Jabs, honestly. Still find the kill on the Mirana though, and a good start for Faceless already. If they want, they've got the Shrine to pop, but Jabs is looking pretty healthy.
Okay, this is more of a danger zone than anything else. Leap only just came off cooldown. They hit with the laser and the rockets as Jabs waits for the leap away.
But Gabby's at such a deficit now, has to burn the salve, is losing all its regen, nowhere near bottle. And Jabs with 2 points up in laser means that not only can he harass and get very, very good CS,
the
but
leap
maybe
is
look for another
still
kill.
on cooldown. Fairy Fire up, but no regen. Oh, he did the salve as well. He burns so much regen. XY into the tree lines. Even if he dies now, it's still okay. Disruptor will take the extra gold and experience for it. Our Spirit was a little bit too late to the party, but this Mirana is more than crippled. With no early bottle, the bottle's already coming out in the courier. You force rotations from the execration supports, which allows this Centaur off lane of Ice, Ice, Ice just to really do what he wants, and same for Black on the safe lane.
Absolutely perfect start for them. And I can see the plan, their movement down towards bottom is to give DJ a bit of a better time, get him into at least brown boots or something like that, because he really is one of the key heroes here for them. You know, Abed will always get that armlet, he'll get that good timing on the damage items, but Mirana, if you delay this ag for too long, Gabby, it's such a deficit that...
Delay the ags, even get to bottle. If you delay the bottle for too long, you've lost the lane. Spirit Breaker's going to charge in. DJ needs to get the perfect crush. Oh, the kick! It's there, the rolling boulder forward, but Nuts catches him inside the frostbite. Now DJ back in with his stun, but Black, he lets the Wraith Fire Blast tick out the Earth Spirit, and now they go for DJ. Salve is available, he'll get the crush. Spirit Breaker taking damage from the tower, but Nuts will grab the aggro, letting them share the load, and a new TP forward. DJ salves up as he runs forward, rolling boulder, XY, any kind of save, not available. Spirit Breaker can't charge out, and Black holds the mango.
If they were able to keep the vision onto DJ there for just a little bit longer, Black had to take like the long route around the trees, but he was holding the mango for another stun as Jabs, a solo kill on Gabby now as Mirana, tears pouring down her face.
She still doesn't have the bottle. Like, it's a Ring of Basilius and TP scroll with 320 gold there.
Yeah.
That's all you've got against Jabs. The man you're meant to be controlling, the one you're meant to be stopping from reaching his BTs.
That's a hard 5 Mirana in the mid lane.
Yep.
Ice is running circles around this top lane as well.
What's he looking for? He's going to find Chemo.
He's just sprinting around looking for...
He's got Tranquils now. He's so happy. Chemo can glimpse him back, put him into a wall with a Hoof Stomp. Centaur's not looking for anything else. He's going to force a little bit of mana out. Actually, no, not Gabby again.
Gabby.
He's holding his leaf, he lets it go, but you've still got the charge. It's keeping the vision on the Mirana.
They'll look for Tinker now, though.
Oh, maybe if they can find the kill. There's a lot of support there. XY can't really help out. The Earth Spirit kick is beautiful. Jabs will fall, and that was a much-needed kill for Execration, but they brought everybody.
And Jabs showing the dynamic nature of Tinker, able to go for the pure nuke damage build. None in March so far, the 3-3-0. This is how he's been able to control up the Mirana so heavily. You know, he saw that vision given by the charge to allow the rockets to fly back into Gabby some more. So difficult to kind of, you know, realize and understand what the Tinker's holding on to because he can keep the skill points hidden.
Yeah.
You can wait until that perfect moment, level up a couple of points in the rocket, and all of a sudden you're getting burst down from full to nothing.
The dynamic Tinker can be clearance, can be killer. Now, rolling boulder, that's well off target. The kick will be able to connect now. Follows up for the arrow. Won't be right, but it does hit XY as he was coming in. Not the longest stun in the world, but they really wanted the death of the Tinker.
Still though, jabs, you know, 6 minutes
DJ
in.
maybe dead with the Nova. Hellfire Blast, Black was starting it, but he went out of range.
Still though, jabs, 6 minutes in, halfway towards BOTs. Bottle, brown boots, and 850 gold or so. An immense start for the old Tinker. As finally DJ hits that level 6, but you're up against a reincarnation Wraith King. Killing him once is an ordeal already. Trying to go for him twice in a row. It's close to impossible.
I'm kind of surprised he skills it straight away. Wraith Kings love to dodge that reincarnation level just because it's just so bad to have it already on cooldown if you feel like you're going to transition up. But I suppose with the new leveling system, you got a full level to go before you actually reach your second point.
You also know the fact that Execration...
One extra full level.
Yeah, you also know the fact that Execration need to make aggression happen towards a safe lane in the next coming minutes. You know, Earth Spirit, Slardar, maybe even rotate the Disruptor down here with a TP or a smoke to try and play aggressively into this. And if Black gets caught with a couple of stuns and doesn't have that reincarnation, could just get popped out. But also the fact that on his team he has heroes to TP in and react, right? Centaur has the Stampede potentially in a couple of seconds.
Perfect. The Spirit Breaker charges in, gets the extra bash. Double edges on cooldown, which allows Arbed to use that Infest, pop back out again. Now a Centaur is in trouble. XY as well. Execration, the numbers once again all there. Not the entire team, DJ's farming mid.
And as I'm speaking about how Faceless can TP to bottom lane and help out Black, it's what Execration do exactly in the same manner to help out Arbed. Even Gabby making the long wander up and now the walk of shame towards the mid lane. He's got his bottle now though at least, and I guess some boots coming out on the courier.
I swear that right now charge being used just primarily as a vision thing. Jabs knows that like if that charge is on DJ, he can just keep rocketing away. Ags, the build for the game. I don't know if you were talking about that before. Just for the Tinker. Just because he got so much vision thanks to the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, it could work out. I think Jabs likes the sort of Dagon
So
level
it's
one
a trap.
Ags.
Rolling boulder forward. Oh, Spirit! He takes so much damage from the 3-3 combo. You'll Stampede up, and now it's the Earth Spirit. Not as much damage
Crush.
in return.
Perfect.
DJ gets a perfect crush, but Black actually bails out of the chase. They let it go.
Oh,
but you still got the kill over on Nuts. Or by Nuts. Ah, bet not enough damage.
Let's do a little dance, ice.
He is taunting Arbed to go for more. And Arbed is not obliging. He'll attack the tower with support from Disruptor.
Things are, of course, a little bit slower in farm for the Tinker with the 1 point in March. You know, he can't fully abuse stacks of camps and get his farm that way too quickly. But through all the kills he's been getting, it's not looking too shabby. You know, it's 100 gold away from the BOTs. 9 minutes in. Very good timing. Faceless.
Oh, this is like a rinse and repeat of game 2.
Stampede in 25, but I think they want to make things happen a little sooner.
Well, there's no one here, but when I say it's a rinse and repeat, I mean exactly that. All they want to do is loop in back behind the tower or catch someone farming in the dire jungle. And it looks like they're going to go for the dire jungle option. Earth Spirit is that option. Now he actually has the smoke break. They get the reveal. Beautiful kick out by the Earth Spirit, stopping XY in his tracks. They trigger Moonlight Shadow. Execration, but they're too far away to find anybody. Maybe when that arrow connects, Nuts. Slardar is there to get it. Actually holds off on his attack. Lets Gabby have anything he possibly can. Where are they charging? Up to, okay.
Just give Gabby whatever money is available, honestly.
Disruptor's got to drop, like, ulti. That's the only way he kind of survives this straight away, but it's already too late. Stampede forward. He'll get the ulti off, so there's some decent damage, but they walk out of it. Spirit Breaker taking a little bit too much, but that's the reason why they switched the aggro.
Kind of surprising he dropped that ulti. Maybe considering
Oh, this could be nice.
the rest of his
Sentry
team to
Wall's
come in.
got just enough time. This could be the trap that Xtcn have been dying for.
I think Jabs knows.
Does he have vision himself? Is there a sentry ward down?
He doesn't, but it's you know, a relatively common spot to have a sentry down. Maybe if they deward and observe the ward.
That's why Nuts is coming in, but the rolling boulder forward with the Infest pop out. The arrow will connect, so Tinker will fall. But the SB charge is on its way too, pulls out of it, realizing Disruptor's there. If they get the
Lips is
vision,
ready.
they're waiting a little bit longer with a Thunderstrike. Now he's got the vision, but not the range. I think he was worried he'd send the Disruptor back up the river. That's a play to come in from Black. Gabby, arrow, oh, misses his target. That was really meant for XY, and the glimpse came a little bit too late. Actually helped Spirit Breaker run out. So they trigger off the Shrine, ready to fight it once more.
In the meantime, though, ASUS is getting stuff done on the bottom lane. Gets a tier 1 to his name, and Blink Dagger is the name. Well, that item he's closing in on.
He gets his Blink Dagger. The armor on the way for Black.
Oh, look at
Baits
that.
out the lead from Gabby.
Animation cancelling. Lovely stuff from Black.
At the very last moment, too. Like, that was almost a full duration for the animation before he could cancel it.
Well, it's like you were saying at the end of the first game, choosing a core hero to pick on for Faceless is so bloody difficult. You might think, okay, we're trying to kill off Black, pop his reincarnation, find another kill on him, but then you look at Jabs' Tinker and ASUS' Centaur. They're all farming, they're all finding space on this map, while Xtcn, they're clumping in one or two areas, leeching experience from each other and not getting that efficient farm which Faceless are finding so readily.
Yep. And now more kills. You're just living in a world of fear. TJ into the trees. He's not going to find a kill. In fact, now they're going to find him. Crush is out, but XY charges over. DJ's got no way to stop him. The rockets fly even into the Nether Strike being committed from XY. Blink Dagger rapidly approaching. And Xtcn need to find a way to stem the bleeding. Their only hero which has good net worth is the Life Stealer. But he needs the combo hero. It's like if he goes in with the Earth Spirit's just going to die. Are they actually TPing up for this? All right, Black. Well, he's got reincarnation available, but he's going to get glimpsed away. It's a level 2 hit. Now SB, XY charges all the way through. Arrow, he pulls out of it. The rolling boulder forward will do its work, but then Stampede. The kick is nice onto a Crystal Maiden, but the support has arrived in the form of Jabs. Not to mention Ice, Ice, Ice. Maybe a little bit too deep, but Nuts letting it go. Black needs the vision, but the March of the Machine's almost killing off Earthspirit. He breaks free to one charge, but that allows Black to throw in the stun. Faces already know it's over. Ice, Ice, Ice is already farming neutrals before the fight is technically over.
This is the thing. Faceless have so much map mobility, not just the kind of micro mobility, you know, your blinks and your 4-stars and stuff like that, but jumping from lane to lane. You see the strength of that Stampede, disengaging and then TPing in, getting in onto that shrine, getting to the tier 1, and freezing field from Nuts meant that Xtcn couldn't continue the fight. They had to back up, they had to retreat through that one choke point, down past the shrine, and they just get closed out of the team fight altogether. I'm still waiting for this kind of combo to come through from Xtcn, right? Still waiting for that crush into the Earth Spirit combo, as well as Chemo dropping a Static Storm, but they just don't have the opportunity to do it. Faceless, they spread around in these fights so well. They've got this kind of splits across where no two heroes are standing within range of each other to get multi-stuns.
Enjoyed the lane, Gabby. Charge forward coming in from XY. That was not really going to hit his target, but the Dire scan and TJ quickly slithers away back to the Dire side of the river. But a Spirit Breaker, very fast. Haster ain't going to do it, and then they rolling boulder forward, but the Haster, he just will walk it off. They'll glimpse back in XY. So a kill is a kill, but the blink in with a perfect hoof stomp. Maybe there's enough control from Chemo, keeping Jabs out of this fight. Isolating Ice, Ice, Ice inside the river. The Starfall does its work, but not enough, not fast enough. So Tinker's TP out successful, Nuts on the run. And Xtcn right behind it, Blink. No, Blink, so just Crush.
They're still fighting
Bringing
this.
DJ close to the Blink, but yeah, Black is in. It's a level 2 reincarnation, so he's happy to die here. If they can find themselves a kill for his death, DJ will start doing the work. Jabs again, starts his TP, out before the final bit of damage can be done. Black in and actually finds the kill on Chemo. Armlet delivers in at the same time. He's got Hellfire Blast off cooldown in 1 second time, which keeps that stun over on DJ, but instead it's the rolling boulder forward from the Earth Spirit. He'll be the man to take the stun and the extra bash from XY. DJ, do you want to help? No, you don't. Magnetize turns on, but what do you get? Wraith King to potentially tick out? No, that doesn't even happen.
He'll have his armlet to toggle back on anyway.
And now they TP to mid. Black is already in the perfect position. Hi, Gabby. Welcome to death. Way too much damage. You'll get the crush off, but already Ice right in the right place. They trigger off the dust, so Execration perfectly visible. Black came back up again. The slow will be there, but this now means he doesn't actually have his reincarnation. Has to armor toggle, but the crush from DJ will do the work. A lot of money, 710 for that kill. Instantly buys the Blink Dagger, so that makes the fight under their tier 1 tower more than worth it.
Such scrappy fights between these two teams. I don't think it's over just yet either. Execration still considering going back in.
With the illusions, Nuts has a decent position. He's actually got his ultimate available too. He needs to keep that Earth Spirit out of the fight.
Smash.
And now just let it go. Over Chemo, over the Earth Spirit. The rolling boulder gets him far enough away. Jab still in the tree lines. They won't see him. He'll actually run back out again. Maybe the stuns with the Stampede. They don't take enough damage. Execration, they really want the kill. But it's not enough. The kick, however, on XY. Arrow on the way. But the damage is done. Slaughter down to the Frostbite. Nuts is the one, of course, who picks up the double kill. 3-1 charges available. Dodges the rolling boulder.
Take
the
a look at
fancy
jabs.
footworks. And now Nuts, where's the support? The rockets are coming in. Black is on his way back in too. Doesn't have the Blink Dagger yet. But Execration, finally the fight ends.
This Tinker is such a nuisance in these fights, being able to get himself away, refresh all his mana, come back in. It's just constant damage landing down onto Execration, who have little to no health sustain. And they've got no urns, no mechs, nothing like that, trying to keep themselves up and running. And you just look at that bloody Earth Spirit, very nearly dies.
He needed the rearm time to be up at its level 3. And that would have potentially, actually it would have been the kill.
I don't know if he had enough mana for it, though.
Not yet. Or maybe he just finishes the Aghanim Scepter. That'll work.
We'll buy a Dagon.
I'll buy a Dagon. But in this game, the Aghanims just makes so much more sense. The amount of net worth on Black is ridiculous.
I went for
It's
that
funny.
hand.
It's funny to look at him saying, "Oh man, he's still working hard towards the Blink Dagger."
But he's got Midas armor already.
Yep.
And it's only 18 minutes in with the amount of fights we've had. Look at it, 19 to 14. It feels like it's much later in the game than it actually is. Both these teams going and clashing head to head non-stop for the past 10 minutes or so, it feels like.
That's another one of those stats to look at during this patch. Just like the game length is shorter, but somehow I don't think the kills have been less. In fact, I think the average kill count per game has been increased. Black, this is bait. This is so much bait. They'll amplify up. This reveals the fact that Execration's over in the tree line, so Reincarnation will trigger. The rockets are coming in. They want to kill on the Live Stealer. A big miss hoof stomp, but the disrupt the wall is down. Even the arrow connects on XY, combining it up, but Nuts lets it go. How much damage? Enough? Not really. Nuts is now actually on the run. It's Execration who are coming out on top of this fight. The Blink crush forward. Tinker wants to do more work, but now locked inside the wall. He can't just TP out this one. It might be too much. The glimpse is back off cooldown. Now it's Ice to fall. They got the vision over on jabs, bringing the disruptor in.
The arrow!
The arrow from Gabby! It hits the mark! A triple kill for Chemo. It's the disruptor doing the work. And a team wipe in favor of Execration. And they lost the Earth Spirit, but it was a noble sacrifice.
Execration finally get it together. The combo we've been waiting 19 minutes for, where they land their stuns in quick succession, but the big key is that static storm from Chemo down onto 3, making sure that, even though Ice whiffed out on that hoof stomp, there weren't any targets really he could go for, multiple people at the same time.
Very smart from Execration to back up. The SP was charging over, looking for the kill.
Do they instantly find XY?
Yeah, they do.
Oh.
Even get the bash in from DJ.
Goodbye.
And, wow, okay. Get a bigger target than a tier 1? You do still have that Aghanim Scepter being desperately farmed up by Ice. So he's not ready to fight this.
And it is still that Tinker Maiden combo if they can get near enough the pit.
Oh, nicely. Very quick. Still gets hit by the Hellfire Blast. but at least far enough away to safety. Arrow flies in, they'll give the extra a stun, and they need to finish him up quickly. Roshan already down low. And the ASUS Immortal will be into the hands of Abed. So the life stealer with the extra life. Top lane TP, quick stampede. Centaur wants the distance to get away from Disruptor before he gets glimpsed back.
Black's Wraith King reincarnation off cooldown in 15. That's probably going to be a moment they want to look to fight, but Ice needs to regroup with the rest of his team. Stampede down, TP on cooldown for 15 seconds.
Oh, the
this
arrow,
is going to be a 4v5 for
it's a
Faceless.
5-second stun over on Black.
Reincarnation, no!
3 seconds, it's too long, 2 seconds. Then they turn on the extra silence of the Earth Spirit. Crystal Maiden can't let Jack go. XY is on the run, and Execration, not only the double kill, but Abed finds XY. They don't have to use the ASUS Immortal, and all you get in return is a little bit of farm onto the Centaur War Runner.
And how close was that? 2 seconds until reincarnation was back up. But look, Ice's TP's on cooldown for 15. They're setting up for a fight that they cannot take. Faceless just a little bit disjointed there in terms of communicating with the rest of their team. They need that Centaur, they need a Stampede, but they need a Blink initiation to make sure that Execration don't jump on multiple targets like they've been doing so often.
I'm wondering if Stampede's even going to help them in the future. These fights, they're just so quick, so efficient. The kickoff, the control from the Earth Spirit that's being provided is just so much. And the damage output with the sustain that comes from Execration means that Stampede may be a wonderful escape. The negated damage might be terrific, but Execration can keep the chase going. So it may not be anywhere near as powerful as we had in the last game.
Gabby's Aghanims, not too bad on the timing. He's sweeping up some gold for the Blink Dagger as well. Gonna have like triple blinks here from Execration with Earth Spirit. Getting one of his own, Toby.
Oh, this positioning is so good. I think it's finally time Abed took out that tier 1 tower on top.
Ice. He's spotted Chemo.
Quick blink into the trees. He can use the
Field
wall to actually give the
glimpse.
vision. No. Little too late.
Very close. At the very least, XY will give a little bit of safety to Jabs down in the bottom lane, just holding the line there.
They're trying to split up Execration. This is that spread too thin scenario that Faceless are attempting with the Tinker. By having a Spirit Breaker on the bottom lane, it gives that Tinker a little bit of extra insurance that he can do what he's doing. Push the creep wave, go under the tower, and not fear a big jump in or a big rolling boulder forward. Maybe it's that time too when Nuts has to start putting down Tinker safety wards on the side lanes.
Try and spot out the Earth Spirit and Slaughter where they're hiding.
Yep, pretty much.
You just see now, DJ, he loves this build. Echo Saber into BKB and then follow up with an AC.
Disruptor is the one waiting in the lane. Now, there's no vision for him. They don't realize he's there. Put up the wall, Centaur can't stampede himself out. They even put down the Storm. Nuts, visible for a fraction of a second. But it looks like Execration already got what they wanted and wanted to bail. Disruptor didn't even stick around. He goes straight back to farming.
It's not farming, they want to find that quick pick on top lane, kill one hero at top, and then as soon as Faceless see that multiple heroes are shown on top, the Tinker will automatically go to like the opposite side of the map. So it's like a great move by Chemo to say, right, we kill one, we switch immediately. Go look for that Tinker to find a second kill, and then you consolidate what you've made. Also the fact that there's a nice juicy tower down there. Tier 1 still standing.
Yeah, this is actually one of the really stupid times that the multi-shot arrow might be good for Gabby. Randomly find the Tinker with the side arrows.
Oh yeah.
It's odd, but it could work. But he already has the Aghanim Scepter up. Clean out the waves, push it down, and Faceless. You can keep marching the machining all you want. Eventually, it's going to come at a risk to your own life.
He will clear the wave. Catapult lasting standing, so it delays his tier 1 push quite significantly. Even with the DD on Gabby. I guess Abed can go and hit it a couple of times, but Jabs has bought some time for Ice to finish up that Axe. 350 off it.
It's one of the very few times that XY hasn't bought a hand of Midas on a Spirit Breaker. Like going directly into the BKB.
I think he did that in his previous game as well, but every game before that, he'd gone for the Midas after the Earn Treads.
the game momentum was probably a little bit different in those scenarios.
Yeah, they had much more map control in those games.
Yeah.
Gabby's even looking towards the Lincoln Sphere after his blink. So not going for that BKB we often see, or even the Ethereal Blade for the pure nuke damage to actually find individual targets to kill.
It's not bad. Definitely stops the root control.
And you know you're not going to get charged.
Smoke just happened. Earth Spirit was underneath that Radiant Observer Ward sitting in the mid. They just charged forward. Tinker finishes up his Aghanim Scepter. Same time Centaur did his. So this isn't actually a bad time for Faceless to fight if they can catch Execration out of position. They do have that extra information knowing that Execration went for the smoke. And okay, yeah, I think they realized too. They're bailing out, push out the lanes with the Starfall. Just retreat.
I wish we still had the Roshan timer, Toby.
I do so as well. Volvo, please.
It's definitely something we're missing. DJ might even scout this out. Oh, he's the one that gets scouted.
Oh, the blink! Very quick from DJ. Gabs up on the hill. They throw down the Observer Ward, so it's a good place for Faceless to have vision. But Slaughter, under the cover of Moonlight Shadow, looks for the opening. Blink Crush, catches two, Centaur. Whoa! The damage is huge! Even with the Stampede, the last swing of the course from Abed will do the work. A charge away from XY, but then he's brought straight back into the engagement with the Earth Spirit jumping over the top. They hold the Crystal Maiden in position thanks to the Storm. It's still a 1-for-1 trade-off. That damage from Jazz, they need to keep him controlled with the kick from ES and the damage from Gabby. They've done it with Slaughter. He also needs help. Black and XY teaming up together. Black still with that reincarnation available, but Gabby's doing the work, picking up the back lines. Black, he is the big one. He's the one that must die. Of course, taking out that Crystal Maiden's going to be a lot easier when you hit the arrow.
Hello.
Perfect up the hill. Now you're rolling Boulder forward. Gabby still wants to leap. Leap is off cooldown. So is the blink from the Earth Spirit. So they let the reincarnation trigger.
So blink back into the arrow line from Gabby there to secure the kill on Crystal Maiden.
Now that's a replay I'd love to see again in slow motion.
I'd love to see inside the heads of Nuts and Black as well, thinking, right, he's going to run, right? He's going to go up the ramp, blink away, leap out, but no. Back into their faces. Oh, look at that beautiful.
I got my wish. So here it is. The blink, arrow, Black has no idea, and the Starfall does the rest of the work.
Good stuff.
This will be easier for Black in the future, and you do realize too that Execration still can't properly deal with the Wraith King. Now he gets the Desolator pick up, looking for that quick and cheap damage.
But also the big reason that fight kind of fell apart a little bit for Execration, we've seen them storm through and stomp these fights so heavily, but the Aghanims on Jabs, there's a 3-man blind from the laser across Execration, as well as the fact that Abed died very early on. He didn't have Rage, didn't have Infest, couldn't jump himself away from the fight, and he just got absolutely shredded by Faceless as they turned their attention to him instead of going for that Mirana. As this one moves on, if Jabs thinks about Hex as his next item, they could put themselves in a really good spot here to have Black as that frontliner and Jabs just controlling people up non-stop.
For now, he's looking just to complete up the Ether Lens. Increase that range, keep him away from that fight. Execration have great distance closes, so the Ether Lens will help on that front, but it may not be enough. But it's just part of the whole combination. What's flying out? Observer Wards only.
Nothing fancy.
Yeah, the Assault Cuirass is still a while away for the Lifestealer to arrive, but the 4-star's almost there for the Earth Spirit. XY starts to charge. Yeah, that ain't happening.
Yeah, they're also waiting for BKB over on DJ. He's about 1,000 gold away from it. They might look to pick a fight to try and secure that BKB for him rather than wait for him to have it to fight. He's farming ferociously over in these jungle camps, though.
Give him time, give him space.
Both teams are just going to be eyeing up this Roshan pit, though. Like, yeah, they've started picking it out now, saying, right, we need to get vision, we need to control up our shrines, get ourselves set up near this Roshan pit and push out these waves. Jabs TP's top to make sure he does that. But Execration, they've got 2 lanes to their name, mid and bottom, where they'll be applying some pressure, moving away from the Roshan pit for now anyway.
It's about that time, man, when I want to see the Tinker. Okay, so he does get the spell amplification. I didn't see him level up. Now jumping in the trees, the arrow! perfect connect. Jab's caught out, and Xtcn just caught one hell of a break.
And you know who's up, Toby?
Who's up?
The big man's here.
Roshan available. PT's come forward, the glimpse dragging Black back into the kinetic field. The crush is there, line up for the arrow, then the blink, the stomp, but Slaughter, they still hold the Wraith King inside that static storm, so reincarnation will trigger. Gabby cannot let another arrow. DJ, think about another blink in the crush. That blink dagger is off cooldown for him, but while the rockets continue to hit, it makes Xtcn just a little bit wary of fighting into the Tinker.
But thanks to that Hand of Midas, he's got level 3 in reincarnation. And it was pretty good play by Gabby, forcing the rest of Faceless to go back and loop around the long way onto that ramp. Nuts couldn't land a good freezing field, so maybe turn the fight around with the help of Black.
That buyback on the Tinker is going to really hurt him. Either progression slows down, potentially another kill on him would cause issues, but Centaur, no Stampede, the blink out, they find the Disruptor, the kick is nice, however, from the Earth Spirit, throwing that Wraith King out, he has the ultimate, there goes your reincarnation, trigger once more, but Xtcn, they're down to 3 men, make it 2, and maybe even make it 1. Black's on the hot pursuit, charge forward from XY, they have the extra vision, and then a jump away, XY, no more following. They're going to turn around and go back in for Roshan.
Well, that's a simple takedown for them with the Death Zone out, adding in with a Hyperstone. Black has so much damage laying into the Santa hat wearing Roshan.
You know what Gabby wants to do, but it's too late. Arrow flies forward, Roshan's already dead.
That's such a great bonus for them. Death Zone and maybe an AC on Black.
Wait, why do they give the Aegis to Black?
So he can't die while he's not dying?
Yeah, terrific. He can watch the rest of his teammates die and then Xtcn just solo him.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Just buying Aghanims now, you know? But AC Ags.
Yeah.
It's not bad on Wraith King.
I guess the plate mail, so yeah. That is what's going to happen. And he's rapidly approaching level 25. I don't think he even really cares about the reincarnation mana cost. There's no great mana burners against him. But the 20% vampiric aura, this may be the way to go.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It's just because the other one I don't think really helps him out. With the vampiric aura, pushing high ground becomes a lot easier. Or actually, does he care? With 662, 160 mana is decent. Okay, crit.
Oh, jeez.
Crush. Goodbye, Slaughter. They triggered the Stampede too. The Moonlight Shadow's out, but they don't have detection. So you start with the Starfall. Black realizes something is up, and in fact, it's going to be the Centaur. Ice, Ice, Ice potentially caught, but the Tinker in the neighborhood. The rockets already fly. Black will pick up a double kill, moving to the next target. Raise Hellfire Blast follows him out. But not far enough, not with that leap away, and Chemo hiding under that Shadow Amulet. That ain't gonna work either. Black with a triple kill. The crits do the work. And this will be a tier 2 tower to claim.
Absolutely slammed.
Is this actually? Yeah, this is Rax.
This, yeah.
There's no buyback for three players of Xtcn.
Xtcn going to be thankful they've still got tier 2s at mid and bottom lane, or else it might be 2 lanes of Rax.
What do you even do here? Like Gabby can't initiate on Black. Like you arrow it out, it'll miss. Jabs now creates Martian Machines, cover fire.
Black with AC Deso just shreds towers. I also love the fact that Black can just keep the Hand of Midas over in his little backpack so he can swap it back in and out when it's off cooldown.
Rax taken. You got the melee Rax, they don't need much more than this. Xtcn's respawning. So no risk, Dota, just switch yourself down to the bot lane. Push out the mid a little bit, maybe you could finally bring down the tier 2 tower and start taking out the shrines. But this game does look pretty much in the bag for Faceless. It didn't look like it on the grass. It looks like actually Xtcn was holding the lead for a long time. But the Wraith King was a ticking time bomb. So much damage and no way to really deal with him.
Got up to that level 3 ulti, and sure, they kill him off once, but with the extended fights we've been seeing, it's so difficult to kill him off. What, like 3 or 4 times even with Aegis and multiple reincarnations in these battles that are going on. And you got that cover fire of Jab's laser. So good at keeping the Wraith King alive through the right-click damage that Xtcn have to throw into the mix. Now, again, it's just going to come down to that perfect initiation from the Filipinos, whether they can get the Static Storm with a multi-man crush, but it's Black who initiates.
Oh, he's still got the Aegis Immortal. He wants the fight to happen. Charges on the way. So Wraith King, there goes your Bastion, and Black just starts leeching out the life. They almost find the kill. The stop was perfect from Ice on the back lines. Execration's losing way too many. DJ on 160 life. XY just wants to charge once more. They don't keep the vision up. Moonlight Shadow will allow Execration to back out, but Black toggles the armlet through. They take out the tier 3 tower, and now they can push for Megas. And Execration, no Mirana available for a full minute. They don't have the damage anymore. Are they really backing out for Shrines?
It seems that way, hey. Well, Black is alone, though. He is solo going for that top. Oh, no, yeah, he is. He's solo going for that top shrine. Rest of his team went for the bottom one.
Yeah, but look at the damage. He doesn't care. He's still got the Aegis Immortal. Remember, his reincarnation triggers first, not the Aegis. I believe that's right, yeah. So he can actually hold on to it for even longer.
I'll soon get the full regen from it as well.
I'm actually questioning myself now for the order of that.
No, I'm pretty sure you're right. Like 99% sure you're correct. There's always that, 1%. A little bit of doubt in the back of your head.
Yeah, I believe I am correct just because I remember having 3 Wraith Kings because you would have the reincarnation come back off cooldown by the time he died again and the Aegis triggers. So that's, yeah. It's almost as good as having an Aghanim Scepter over on the Wraith King.
Yep.
But you see Black's build, Talisman of Evasion. Did he actually just buy the entire, yeah, he just bought the entire Butterfly, which again didn't assemble in the courier. Please, please, please. This is inefficiency for item slots.
Fix, please. And who can touch him now? We asked the question, how does this Execration actually kill him off? They literally cannot kill him.
That's actually the game, like right there. Like Wraith King will 1v5. The rest of Faceless can sit on the back lines and just watch.
Once again, it was that problem. Do we stop Ice or Jabs or Black from farming? You choose one, you forget about the other two, and all of a sudden they're zooming up the net worth chart. They focused on Jabs, then they focused on Ice, and Black just went under the radar for a large portion of the game. He's now looking towards that Abyssal Blade as well. It's 37.5 minutes in with 24k net worth. This Wraith King almost feels like an alchemist.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Sentry, oh, quick blink. And there goes for the crit, but another blink away. That was Execration. Again, desperately looking for the engagement. They lost their Observer Ward. You hit a 5-second arrow on the Centaur, but if you go for that, you lose the game. Top lane is still pushing in too heavily. Execration has only one place they can fight now, and that's their tier 3 tower at bottom. And if they lose this fight, we're going to a 5th decider. Arrow flies out. Misses on XY. He's actually walking around with a gem too, so Moonlight Shadow isn't that protection you'd think it is. They go on to the Wraith King.
I think Execration are going to do something funny like bait out spells onto DJ and then buy back into the game to try and get some advantages. They do have Slaughter and Lifestealer buybacks on them.
Oh, Black, again another jump, another good blink dodge. Even Ice is going to miss his stun. XY goes straight through the Earth Spirit, almost kills him off. In fact, will do so with the help of the Tinker. Jabs into the tree lines. And now in comes your Wraith King once again. Nice Storm catching out Crystal Maiden. Nuts in way too deep. Black doesn't really feel like he can find this opening. They get the stun over on the Wraith King. No reincarnation. Arbet needs to kill off the Wraith King, but the damage is too much. Or is it Black?
The evasion!
No, he actually is dodging, but finally they'll bring down the big man. They hold their racks on the bottom. It's gone in the mid. It's gone on the top. XY a charge away up and potentially to freedom. With Jabs arriving for a cover march to the machines, Arrow won't reach him in time. So Execration still take the punishment, even if they won sort of the fight.
I did have to buy back on DJ for it, but you can just see how difficult it is to kill through that butterfly on the Wraith King. You've got Lifestealers whacking away at poor Black, but it takes another few hits to actually do the job. Execration struggling so hard to hold the line, to hold this high ground in his last 2 barracks down on the bottom lane. But what is the out? What is the play they can make? They need to shove waves and then smoke up aggressively into the enemy side of the map, and then
That's
what?
it. That's it. You just keep finding pickoff after pickoff. You rely on what got them also this far. It's the roaming around. You find the advantage. You catch out Ice when he's in no man's land like this. Xtcn, they went the wrong way. They don't have vision to do this. That's the downside, but they have to try it.
In the meantime, though, Jabs is just going ham on top wave. Mid lane's pushing in naturally as well, and Xtcn have to come back to defend.
Yep, no choice.
Even with the water shrines in their base.
God. The fact that no one is here defending is already, like, again, another big warning bell for Faceless. So many items. A Lotus Orb now done over on XY.
Jabs was baiting them with bottom lane. Then he was TPing to creep, cancelling, TPing to creep, cancelling. Trying to bait out that jump in from Slaughter or Earth Spirit, and they realize that he's not coming down there. He's moved up towards the top with the rest of his team.
Oh boy, really? Centaur's going Refresher Orb, Aghanim Scepter.
Okay, Ice. Is he even going to get there before the game ends, though?
Depends. If Xtcn can win one more engagement, then I would say probably.
And then one more after that?
Oh, I'm not. I'm just saying just to give him time to farm. I'm not saying they're going to win the game if they just win one fight.
When does the Aegis carrier come back to life, though? That's what Black wants to know. Pops his head in. There's no one there.
E-Blade's going to arrive in for Gabby. It's a little bit more magical pop damage. Going to cause issues for a Wraith King that didn't build into a BKB, so Black attacking all the time is not going to work, and then they look for the magical burst to just burn through that reincarnation. But it's that time again. This is the moment. Xtcn, they have to make this work. A Blink Crush will catch out too. They just walk into it. The BKBs are stunned on the Slaughter. The Storm is nice, but the BKBs are already up. Get XY. Okay, they just charge back out again. The Sentry Wall is down too. Nuts lets it go. A double kill for him. RB starts a TP. Help by Blast comes just off cooldown, and they call it GG. Xtcn knew that was the last roll of the dice.
And we are going to game number 5, Toby.
That we are. The grand final will go the distance.
Faceless have been looking better and better as this tournament progresses, and it's no different here in this best of 5. Game number 1